Hi. Do you ever feel like fixing your webinar funnel means starting it all over again? I get it, I know you've already spent loads of time, energy, money, creativity, you know, just loads of energy, really, building it. And the last thing you want is another freaking overhaul right now that takes you right back to square one. In fact, please don't do that because I've worked with a lot of people who decided to do that and it didn't help them out. Hiya, I'm Tina. Now, you probably know that together with my son Dan, we've actually been working with business owners, both online and offline. And at the moment, we've been working with people who've got webinar funnels and different sales funnels. So we can actually help them to spot where they're not performing and actually help them to work better, basically, without rebuilding them. Now, we actually use right now a very simple message first retargeting strategy and videos. And we're finding that's layering neatly into our mentors ecosystem. That's Laurel Portier's ecosystem, which is working really well with the Andromeda update. So just wanted to share this because here's what I'm saying all the time. People think that if they're not getting booked calls in after their webinar, they're feeling that their funnel must be broken, okay? But after we've looked at so many, we've realized that usually it's not. There's several things that's happening right now. One is you need lots of different creatives, which sounds like a lot of work, but it isn't. There's a buying time that's lengthened. That was noticed at the beginning of this year. It's between 62 to 67 days. And then we've got Google's data that came out, gosh, that must be at least a year ago, that they worked out that people need, this is on average, okay, so they need like 7 hours of exposure to you. And whether that be videos, whether that be podcasts, whether that be your website, whether that be maybe you're on the stage, maybe you're networking, but people need to see a lot of you before they trust you these days, which is fair. A lot of people over the last, 10 years, they've been badly burned. People have been selling us shit. I've been there too. Spent thousands on people's courses and different services, and they were not what they promised. Yeah, did you find the same thing? I tend to trust people, so right now, I'm nervous even about people I know. Anyway, the point is, if you've got a webinar right now and you're finding that your calls have dropped off, even though it used to work, we just need to see how we can help build that trust back up again, okay? It's likely if they watched the whole way through your webinar, or at least got halfway through, that they were interested in the subject and what it was that you did and how you actually solved their problem. So they're in the right place. You just need to be able to retarget them so that when the time feels right for them, they've seen enough of you so they've got that clarity, that they've got that certainty, and then it builds up that trust that they feel right coming to you for what it is you've got. Okay, sometimes it takes more time than they used to, and that's okay. But what we're finding right now is that sometimes some of these funnels, if you're an established and experienced person, you just need a short pre-webinar and post-webinar, either a video or message flow that actually reopens the conversation. Usually you find that it's not they didn't want what you've got, it's just that something happened in life, they got distracted. Because everyone's busy right now, if you notice, everyone's stressed out, and then they couldn't find you again. It wasn't easy to find you. Now, when you pop up back in front of them in their social media feed, usually on the phones these days, isn't it? Then when they see you and the time is right, they go, that's that thing I was watching, I needed that. And they go, and I've got time for that right now. They can click straight on the link and they can get straight to you, whether that's to send you a message, to have a quick chat, whether it feels right now to have the call with you, whatever it is that you actually do, okay, person do with your funnel. But the point is, you're there and they remember you because you keep popping up on their feed with very specific, very specific materials, okay? Now, I have to say, actually, the other day, I'm going to give you the story because I was thinking about this, as that's why I'm recording this. It's one of our clients. They actually had really solid webinar traffic, but it dropped off. There was no follow-up engagement anymore. And it used to work, but it just stopped, yeah? All we needed to do, though, because people were interested in what she had, they were watching her webinar all the way through, but they weren't booking in a call. And all we needed to do was add in a simple retargeting video. In fact, it was just 30 seconds long in this particular case. And we aimed it directly at those who'd watched, but they hadn't booked in. Now, within, it was less than a week, yeah? They had seen her videos. They could click on a button and they were having DMs with her. Okay, so she was actually learning about them some more as well, realizing what's changing. Then we created a few videos to retarget those ones who weren't coming for a DM, and those who were, some of them were booking in for a real call with her. How cool is that? Now, none of this is complicated. It's just about being consistent. And it actually fits in right now with what you're doing already. If you are an experienced person, you understand right now that people are kind of confused and they're kind of a little bit overwhelmed. So can you imagine seeing something over and over a few times in different kind of formats? It helps people to realize that you are there for them with the service that they need right now. Can you understand how that works? Now, if you want to see how this could work for your own business, Dan and I've got like 3 weeks right now where we're helping a few other people, okay, before we go to America again. So if you want us to have take a quick look at your data, your funnel, and see if this would work for your business right now in real time, just book in a call below, and I'm happy to take a quick look to see if I think this works for you. And if it does, we can book in a proper call and make a plan. Okay, let's make your webinar one that actually sparks conversations before Christmas.